As I've said earlier on, even the LGIs themselves are aware. I think I've walked into an office of an LGI before. She was actually saying and telling the core members to pay some amount of money just to manipulate some kind of things in the NYC system.
We are the successors of a code, inherited by birthright, passed down to all through generations and decades. I can't even start to count. Like a microchip inserted into the brain, this code has been inbuilt in us. We are living clones, acting out or pre-written scripts, programmed like zombies. We hear but do not speak. You dare to speak but not loud enough for people to pick. Yeah, we are not the walking dead. We are the living dead, with blood running in our veins, weak to fight against corruption because this code has corrupted our system. And so we choose to stay silent. It's either silence or be dealt the consequences. Do you have the guts? Or which do you prefer we pick? Silence or do we speak up? We have chosen the latter, to break down corruption walls, not with a sledgehammer but with words bare, unscripted, undiluted as acid, to burn down those words. So sit back and journey with us on this show, where every word and revelation is an attempt to break down corruption walls in our society. I am Elizabeth Fidelis. Thank you.
If there is one pandemic that has contributed to the current state of Nigeria, it is corruption. Welcome to the talk show segment of Breaking Corruption Walls. I am your host, Elizabeth Fidelis. Here are the highlights of issues coming up in the show. Result forgery, a case study of Mesoma Ejikeme. Corruption in the NYSC scheme. Joining me to have this honest conversations are Victor Fafowora. Victor served as the ex-president of ICPC CBS 2023 Batch A Stream 2. And I have with me the beautiful lady, Favor Eya. Favor Eya is a copper, soon to be ex-copper, and also an historian by profession. All right, I omitted Victor's profession. Victor is a computer scientist / edutech by profession. And on this show, we are going to be breaking tables. I'm glad to have you both joining me.
Thank you. We
I'm glad to
appreciate
have
that.
you.
Thank you so much.
So before we start breaking tables on this show,
Okay.
let's play a game, can we? Alright, so this game is quite simple. It's called Click a Finger. So all you need to do is to click a finger if I say anything.
Can I actually click? Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
you can
okay.
click a finger. So if I say something, a statement, and you've done it before, don't check it. If you've done it, click. But if you've not done it, don't click.
Okay.
So do we understand that?
Yes, yes.
All right, let's proceed. Because I guess I'm going to be clicking fingers. I mean, we're talking about corruption here, so we need to know if they haven't committed any corrupt acts. All right, let's go. It's called click a finger. So the first statement is click a finger if you have never entered the exam hall with a cheat sheet or asked someone for answers. Wow. All right, the second one. Click your fingers if you have never faked a sickness to avoid going to school. Hey, this is
Repeat the statement.
You have never faked a sickness so that you won't go to school.
No.
You have wow.
Never.
That's good. I've done that a lot. Alright, so the next one, click your finger if you have never taken your siblings or dad's money without informing them. I mean, we are all guilty of this.
No, I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty of that.
Dad, I'm sorry,
not done
Mom.
that
Sorry.
before. Then you should have clicked your finger because you've not done it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, I've done that. So, and to the last one, click your finger if you have never sneakily scooped some amount of millet. Let me see. Who wants to click? We have all done that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
That's
think so.
amazing.
I think so.
So, it is arguably right to say corruption is like a second skin glued to our body. So we are only quite ready to call it corruption, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Straight to the top we have today. Victor and Favor, thank you once again for joining me. Let's start by providing answers to the premise on which the discussion of today's show stands. Now, this is the premise of today's show. Is corruption a moral issue or the selfish intention of people? Corruption in the educational sector continues to persist and result forgery is gaining momentum among students who seek to scale the academic ladders. I will take a retrospect from the memorable 2023 events that caught Nigerians' attention and sparked controversial reactions across the internet. Of course, Mesoma's case isn't the first case of result forgery. We have several cases that has happened in Nigeria. She's not the first and she won't be the last. But it gained popularity last year, massive popularity that made several persons, people were giving their opinion on the internet. A lot has been said about this case. However, I feel there are loopholes that need to be analyzed. And so we'll be analyzing that in the show. We are going to be doing analysis of that particular case. Now, what is your judgment on this case? You were aware of what happened to the girl. Like I just stated, what was done when they found out that she forged her results. So what is your judgment on this case and the punishment that was meted out to Mesoma?
I will take a scenario as an instance. We see like the case of Jungle Justice, where we have corrupt leaders up there that are embezzling funds, and people will not do much rather than talk and say nonsense about them. But we don't have that courage to go and face them and actually vent our anger and say our mind. But then we see I will not it's stealing is not common, but yeah, but then a common criminal that just stole Maggie let me say a bottle of palm oil, and the person is being beaten, paraded in the market, and if care is not taken, the people are willing to set them ablaze because this person is a commoner. So I think it's a case of doing things to people you feel that you have power over, since you cannot actually exercise that right or that power or that authority to people up there. I can do it to people that I am in the same level with. So before the case of Mesom, we have had several cases of result forgery. Aside that, so many corruptions going on in the country, but people took this personally. This guy is a teenager. But people took this. At the point, I said yes. I know that what she did is wrong, but the extent to which they are taking it, is it supposed? This girl was taken to Senate, taken to so many places. She was like answering to so many people, but we can't do that to our politicians. I'm not trying to justify whatever she did. Results forgery is results forgery, whether be it an adult, a teenager, a child. Yes, but then there is an extent to which you can treat depending on the age. If you cannot do it to an older citizen, don't do it to that younger person, because you don't know the kind of trauma you're going to leave the person with. So my own say concerning this is that what she did was wrong, but the way, the extent it was taken, making her go viral, so many people saying things that they know and they don't know about her, giving up their opinions. But I'm also glad that so many Nigerians actually spoke for her. But if we are going to, my judgment is this: yes, if we are going to drag Mesoma and
Then we should drag other people
and go on to investigate till the truth comes out, we should do that with every other person, be it president, be it senator, be it a member of the House of Rep. We should do it to everybody.
Victor, do you agree with that?
Well, I agree, actually, but not totally, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, in the case of Mesoma, though a lot of things has been happening, corruption, all over corruption, and then I believe if things has been going bad for a while, to be able to, find a solution, one thing must happen, and them should be maybe like a scapegoat or something.
Oh, she's the scapegoat.
Yes.
Yes, it's not like a
So I believe there's someone that should like, okay, we have seen this. Okay, for example, I think something happened to, I think the Bobrisky.
Okay.
We have a lot of transgender, we have a lot of cross-dressers in the country, but none has been apprehended. And though it is not a how do I put it? It is not a bad thing actually in the law that being a cross-dresser is wrong actually, but on the premise, on the ground that she was arrested was because she was spraying mutilating the naira.
Naira.
A lot of people have been mutilating naira. A lot of people, but
Scapegoats.
a person has to be
Yes.
held accountable for everybody so that at least for some time it will reduce. Since Bobrisky has been apprehended now and she has been jailed, or he has been jailed, we have not seen a lot of people mutilating naira again. Like a lot
That
of videos.
because video, no one is videoing it.
No, people are actually being cautious
They
now.
are cautious because they say, okay, if someone that
By your word.
someone that is a celebrity has been apprehended and jailed.
Yes, yes.
Let's not dive to Bobrisky. We're talking
No, I'm
about
just trying to
just like
I'm just trying to
that.
balance
so that
that.
we don't get
We have to get someone.
Yes.
somebody has to
Someone has to pay.
Scapegoat.
Yeah. So
Okay.
she was unfortunately, I don't know, she was apprehended too actually, and she
Alright.
was made to dance to the team.
Okay,
So I
since
believe
you've
it
said
is.
that Mesoma's case, okay, is just like, oh, this is a warning. This is what we'll do to you if you try this. So it's more like somebody has to be the scapegoat so that others can learn and see what will be done to them.
Yes.
All right, now this question is going to you. If you're saying that Mesoma's case is an example to people to show other young people who intend to, inflate the score, their jam score from the original score, then why has this result forgery persisted in the educational system? It is not just about Mesoma's case. Down to the university level, down to even WAEC level, even in secondary schools, most public schools, people do it. And then it's not a case of maybe in the school, sometimes you might not do well, just to get your parents to see your results. You use red pen and change the score that your teacher gives you. So why has this thing persisted? If you say, okay, let's use Mesoma as the scapegoat, does it mean that it is going to correct what has been happening? Will it change the fact that result forgery is a pest in the educational system?
First of all, we have to look from the point of the family background. First of all, yes, we have known that family is the smallest unit of society, and I believe a family that has inculcated a good behavior in their children, their words, they have given them the most important information that, okay, these are the things you are supposed to do. Moral upbringing, a good moral upbringing. These are the things, you don't take other people's things. Try your possible best to be the best by yourself without trying to convince another person or trying to push one person down for you to grow, for you to go up. No, just do your own as you want to do it. But don't, if that has been inculcated in a child, and as that child is growing up, now getting to a school, if the this school also should play an important part in the child upbringing also. In a school where the teachers are not really sound, they just wanted, most teachers in schools now, they just wanted to feed their family. They are not really a teacher, actually. They are not really a teacher. I didn't see. I'm an educationist, so I believe most of people that study education, they found themselves. I chose an education line myself. I chose it because I love teaching. So a lot of people, schools also plays. Let's assume that in schools there are some schools that they are the one paying officials that please we want our students to pass. Do you get? So see, let's assume, so if the school has done that, and they are telling the parents, don't worry, your child will pass, they'll be like, everyone has been doing it, let us continue.
Yes.
The school also has played an important role. Okay, let's assume the school too is not, the school okay, it's a good school. Let's say assuming it's a good school. They are not
Alright.
involved in it. Probably the child maybe has peers in other schools. Maybe the child wrote exam the first time, didn't pass. Come and write in my school. My school used to, or do you get from peers, from information, something like that.
Yeah.
So that also plays an important role in what we are talking about. It's not about the child, but it's about the upbringing, the school, and the environment.
The school has a role to play.
Yes.
Now, let me direct this question to both of you.
Okay.
If we are saying the next question is result for your corruption in the educational sector, is it a result of moral issue or because people are trying to respond to the toxic educational system? People, what is your opinion
I
about
think
this?
they are working in they are in collabo. The three things you mentioned, both the parental upbringing, the system, the school, everything, they are working in collaboration. For example, I'll start with my school when I was in secondary school. There's this question towards when a child wants to write WAEC. The parents will be asking, is the school doing well in WAEC? That's the most things that we hear. I'll be like, but now when I hear that, I'll be like, is the school the one writing or the child?
And the students.
You get, so why should a parent be asking, is the school doing well in where? Because we want to know if our child will be staying or leaving. So they feel that the success of an exam depends on the popularity or the connection of the school, and that is not a lie. If you go, most schools in Nigeria, most schools, they are known that no matter what, you see this school, they are going to pass. But there is this other school that even if they have the most brilliant students, because of they have not paid something, they will end up not doing well. Let me tell you, I will take from my personal experience. When I was getting to my WAEC period, people started leaving my school. Most of my classmates, they were leaving, going to register in private centers because we don't do well in exam, because my school do not support exam malpractice. We don't settle WAEC, what's it called? The ones that come to supervise, yes, we don't do, because some of them you're supposed to give them money and they allow you to do whatever you want to do. I was pressured. I thought of it. But coming to the part of parental upbringing, when I went home and I told my parents that, look, my classmates are leaving and I'm afraid. I don't want to stay. My class is almost empty. My mom told me, you are going to go. You see all those 6 years you have been there, you are going to prove it in that paper. So you say, is the school the one writing your exam for you? You go there and go and represent yourself. You're not representing the school. So I was forced to stay there and I wrote my exam. And actually I did very well. So it's when imagine I went home and I told my mom or my dad, look at, and they'll be, yes, you're supposed, and they will now go and register to one of those miracle center. I'm coming to and again, it's a fault of the system, because imagine you don't pay a WAEC supervisor. They will not allow you. Aside that, let me tell you, one of the women that came, because she was not giving money.
Wow.
She was just picking on everything. Why you like this? Why you? Oh God. The teacher just told us it's because you're not giving them anything. Just calm down, respect yourself, because anything you do, they even sent most people out of the hall for silly reasons, because they are angry you did not give them money.
I've been used to collecting money.
Yes, but okay. Then after my this, I've been to secondary school that wrote exams, and unfortunately they were miracle centers. Do you know that once these people will come with their paper, and they will just hand over this little brown envelope to them. The woman will even turn her chair like this, like a kind of, this is the hall, and they will turn this way, kind of do whatever you want. They don't want to see it, and these people will keep on bringing papers upon papers upon papers upon papers, and wow, you need to see their result, A's, B's, and you'll be like, my child is brilliant. You don't even know what they are doing there. And unfortunately, most parents, they do know, because they are the ones that give their wards the money to go and sort or pay or bribe whoever. When coming to a university level, you don't even want to talk about it. If you like, write as a professor, PhD holder, they will still fail you. It's already in the system, and in some schools you cannot even report to, like they'll say report to the HOD. Some lecturers are bigger than your HOD. So even if you go there, you are trying to create more problem for yourself. They have used people to set examples, so you yourself, you will not even dare to try. It's either you are out for failure or you do what they want. So it's in the system, it's in the society, it's in parenting. They are in collaboration.
Okay, so Victor, what do you have to say about this?
Well, you know, like she has said, it's like a tripartite something. The school,
It's
the
connected.
parenthood, and the society, the what's it called, the system as a whole. Is I don't know. Maybe it has been like that for like ages. I don't know. I think so. So, but it has really eaten deep. In like she said, in I don't know. For me, in my own secondary school, I wrote WAEC like 3 times because I was failing chemistry. Because after my secondary school, I had to write like twice. No, I wrote one in SS2. I wrote in SS3. I had to write the third one. Because my school also they don't sort. For chemistry, my own personal issue. So I had to find ways to get over it myself. So, and then in university, well, for me, I don't know, maybe by my department, I know of other departments that they are you can't there are some departments that you can't really have a good grade. That I know, I have friends from there.
Yes.
I have friends that paid
Actually,
before
HR
they
in my
could
school.
graduate. I know,
Especially, it's
I
everywhere.
know few of my friends are from other faculties that they paid to graduate. They paid. I don't want to say maybe they didn't do well, but I know some of them
It is
has been
happening. So people
has been
still
doing well for themselves, but it's just that they are telling you that okay, it's either of two things. It's either you leave, for a lady actually, it's either you put your body down or you have money. So most of them will just go for the money. Okay, let me just drop money
Yes.
so I can just graduate with my people.
What will you tell every young person out there, either those who are failed jam, those who are in the school system that are struggling, and the only option for them is pay to sort to increase your score or forge or anything? What will you tell them, Victor?
Ha. Straight up to you, please don't do what you won't be able to what you'll be able to back up by yourself later in the future, in the next future. I don't know. You can't do something that is you can't collect the award for you doing something you didn't do by yourself. Even if it's not going well, try as much as possible to just do your own part. Do your own part. I could remember I think there's in 300, okay, 200. I my degree. I went in as a direct entry student, so I resumed very late because I was working. I had to gather money to resume. So they resumed since October. So I resumed January. They said the following year. So they've done a lot. And I minored from one faculty. It goes from one faculty. So it's like a separate faculty from my faculty. It's like outside of my faculty. So the course is information and communication science, something like that. So that course, they started it. Some course that they started like 3 months or 2 months before I resumed. They've done a lot, and sincerely, the course was very, very bulky, very, very bulky. So when I resumed, I saw the course. When I went to a class, I saw that this thing has gone. So it was like 2 weeks after or 3 weeks after they did the test. I didn't really do any test. I went for the exam. I wrote the exam, and it was drama. My church were doing drama rehearsal when the result came out. I checked. I saw that I failed. I said, that's. I just kept my phone. I continued with our rehearsal. So it was when I got home the second day. I started thinking about what am I going to do. So later on, I just kept it to myself. I told few of my friends, I failed, and so later on, after the second semester, I got to know that a few of my friends went back to meet the lecturer, and I don't know, maybe they were sorted or the man just helped them. Naturally, I don't know, but they didn't feel it. But I failed. So what I believe is that I didn't mean I've gone to meet that man, and maybe he helped me. Maybe he said I should bring money. I don't know, because I didn't let her go. It's a woman. I didn't later go to meet the woman. So that gave me a push. All the courses I did in that faculty, I never had below B. Because that course I had F gave me a push that, Bobo, you have to do this thing very well. Had it been, the woman just gave me like maybe D or C. I would just believe, let me just continue to do continue to do my things. So I believe that if as a student, a young adult in school, don't forge your way out of anywhere. Don't, because you see everybody's doing this thing now. You might be a scapegoat, like in Mensoma. Everybody has been doing it actually. Everybody, almost everybody. But she became a scapegoat. You might be a scapegoat. Don't forge your results. Don't do something that you won't be able to defend anywhere.
Something you can't have control.
So please. So that's what I have to say.
I think we'll be taking only from Victor because we're already, far gone and we don't want to waste much time on this show. Moving over to the second issue, which is, I think, the most important issue we want to discuss on this show, is the NYSC prevalent corruption. Favor, remember those times when you see somebody putting on that famous khaki?
Yes.
And you would just be like, hell, when will I go for service? And people shouting, compassion! It was very exciting to see somebody put on that uniform those days because it's like, I must go for that service. And people be like, oh, one of them, they chop Nigerian money so much.
Yeah.
That used to be in the past. What went wrong? Now we have a lot of young people, a lot of graduates coming into NYSC scheme, and the excitement is dead. And a response to this dead excitement is ghosting. So you see a lot of people coming in and they know that I won't be serving, I won't even be there. There's no even me. Let's just fulfill righteousness. Let's go. When we go, we'll look for a way to, we'll be in Lagos. Why they posted you to Kaduna? You'll be in Lagos, but you are still in Kaduna. Every time they do clearance, you will surely do your clearance. Okay. Now, this is a very huge problem. It has persisted so long in the NYSC scheme. It is something that we need to discuss on the show. And I'm so happy because you're a copper and is an ex-copper. And we need to really break this corruption wall. It is so strong that people coming into the system, they are also brought into it. Because someone will be like, don't worry. A simple thing. The only thing we say, if you just enter, just call me. We'll go work out for you from camp. And the funniest thing is that even right in the camp, the same people who come with the mic and everything to scare you are the one assisting people. So this is something that is worth discussing about. I'm going to start with Victor. Yes, Victor, you're an ex-copper. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
So Victor, what are the factors you can highlight that has contributed to this corruption in the NYSC scheme? Why has it persisted for so long?
Thank you. First of all, I would say one of the factors is the government factor.
Okay.
The government factor.
Okay.
Why I said government factor is that NYSC didn't start going off like this. Everybody, like older people that have gone to NYSC, I didn't really see any old people that told me NYSC was a scam to them. They didn't want to.
Yeah.
Now you hear people saying NYSC is a scam. But a lot of people, older people that went for service, I really see a lot of, and I have not seen that will say it was like a push for them. The NYSC was like a push for them in their career. Do you get? So now everything has gone upside down. I would say from the government part. From the government part is that, government are sending a lot of coppers to anywhere they want. I'm not saying you can't serve in anywhere, but they've not provided adequate materials or adequate things for them to be able to make use of that NYSC, to be able to enjoy the NYSC actually.
Yeah.
You are being sent to like a forest. I have a friend. Yes, I have a friend. He relocated to where I served, to my PPA. He was posted to, is it Bayelsa also? I think so. And that place it was posted to, they don't have drinkable water. They have to take water from stream. He showed me the picture of the stream. You will see black dirt under, like it's not, you will see dirt, you see all this microorganism inside the water. And that's what the people of that that has been drinking. But you believe someone that has been taking table water, pure water, or normal clean water from where he stays, and find himself in a place where they are taking water from the stream. You know, it will be like, at this thing, I'm not sure I can do this. Though he stayed there for like 2 or 3, but he has to write. Though he followed the right procedure, actually, he had to write to DG, because he has been telling his the state the LGI that please, I'm not sure I can't cope here. Please, I can't. But the LGI was not trying. He was not doing anything. He was not responding. He wants him to stay because he's, I don't know. So he had to write to the DG that my life is at stake. I might die here. And now, if things go out of their hand now, you have to write to the DG that to the state coordinator rather. Please, ma, I will die here. No, it was the DG. He wrote to the DG directly. Yes. Because I think the DG came to their camp when he was there. So the DG dropped his number for them. Like they have an issue. He messaged the DG directly that please, and the DG had to contact the state coordinator, then contact the LGI. The LGI had to be looking for him. They didn't provide necessary things on ground. You want coppers to go and serve in a place that can actually harm them. So government is a factor. I would say someone like that, if that person give birth to a child now and he wants to be sent to an unknown land or something like that, the person will want to no, don't go there, because I know what I experienced. I know what, and a lot of coppers has died on this bad road. Now we have a lot of hazardous factors like unknown gunmen, kidnapping, and so it has not been like that. It has not. I have a senior brother in my in street. He served in Port Harcourt. We stayed in Oyo State together. He served in Port Harcourt. He has never told me anything bad about his experience in NYC. He served in an oil company in Port Harcourt. He stayed in luxurious apartment. Like he plays that time that he served. I think he served around that 2004, 2003. See, I was in primary school that time when he served. So everything was still okay when he served. I'm very sure that if his child grows up now, he wants to go and he would think twice that should I leave my child or what. So the government plays an important aspect to why there's corruption
so you are
in
blaming
NYC.
the government. Government, you are the cause. There's a reason why coppers and ghosting services.
So let's now come down to the part of the core members exactly. So the core members that maybe fortunately by they are posted to maybe an urban area, but because some of them they have the mentality from that. I don't want to go and serve. I just want to go and enjoy myself. I just want to ghost this thing. They believe maybe from the experience of people around them that serve maybe around them, and maybe they shared bad experience. They believe, I'm not going to NYC to serve. I just want to go and ghost. And looking at it, you were posted to an urban area. It's not a bad area, but you just don't want to serve. You just don't want to get involved in. It should not be like that. Actually, it should not be. You have been given opportunity to serve in an urban, not in a forest. Not in a forest. Do your own part. Try to I would say try to work based on what the government has given you.
Okay.
At least they were posted, and well, maybe I'm not speaking our mind, but that's what I believe. That's what I believe, because I was opportune to serve in an urban area. I served in an urban area.
Talk about me that was posted to go to that round for my life.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I served in an urban area, and I was the president at one time. So I have a lot of core members that, they shoveled in our CDS. I used to ask people that, okay, a new member that comes, I will tell them, are you, because we have 2 locations, I will say we have branch. We have our branch that we are having our CDS, and people that are coming from other branch. So like what I mean is that I serve in Ogun State and some are coming from Lagos State. They, they have been posted to Ogun State too, but they are not coming to Ogun State. They are always coming for CDS, you know. And I'll ask them, are you in this legal Ogun State branch, or you are? And you see a lot, like half of those in my CDS, they are from Lagos. So I used to call them Lagos branch. They are serving Ogun State, but none of them they don't want to.
Yes.
They don't want to. And I believe you that you are serving this. Well, it is even in that urban area. There are some another factor that I would say is the factor of the PPE too. I have people like core members that genuinely wanted to serve. Actually, that genuinely wanted to cause. They have been posted to a toxic PPE.
Okay.
Yes, a very toxic PPE.
Yes.
You know, you have been posted to a PPE that they are very strict. They have like rules that you believe.
10,000 euros.
I have a lady that she's my friend from camp. She was posted to one school, and she was told to teach like she didn't study education. She didn't study education, so she was posted to a school, and the teacher was telling her to the school was telling her to the head of the school was telling her to teach like 6 or 7 subjects. 6 or 7 subjects as a core member. How much are you going to pay her? Okay, because you are being told to pay her. Okay, how much do you want to? They said 10,000, and she said she's not going to. She won't be able to teach 5 or 6 subjects that you have given her. So but because she didn't know what she's going to do, though I got to know that from our LGI that if you are having a very bad PPA, come and report. But a lot of them don't know. But I used to tell my CDS member, if your PPA is disturbing you, please let me know so that I can. You are sent there to do your do. It's not that they want to kill you with assignments. No. They can't kill you with assignments. Your PPAs will they didn't pay that lady for like 3 to 4 months. Yes, they didn't give her that 10,000 they are supposed to pay. They didn't give her.
If she goes to that,
and she's teaching like 6 subjects. Okay. They didn't pay her. So when she told me, I wanted to tell. She said, "Yes, like she should just leave it."
Wow.
And from her PPA to her L2, her secretariat, she spent to and fro. She spent like 2,000. Or more than that.
She's serving the
Let's
government.
move over to the next question. And so we'll be taking the interview segment with Pelumi Awe, and we'll be right back to discuss more on the NYC issue.
And still breaking corruption walls, we are about to touch a part that is very, very touchy, trust me. My name is Oluwak Pelumi, and in this part, we'll be listening to young couples who want to share about their experience in regards to corruption in the NYSC scheme. Now remember, this is not to criticize anyone or to call names, it's just to ensure that things get better even in that space. Their identity will be preserved as their faces will be veiled so that we can make sure that they are safe even after now. Over to you, couples.
Okay, I wouldn't really say I had a personal experience or probably I've seen one, but I've definitely heard of people who pay people to help them do the relocation. And obviously when you pay someone to do your relocation for you, it means they have access to people in the NYSC. Now it is difficult for you to meet up with someone in the NYSC camp and tell them you just want to do your relocation without doing it the proper way. We all know there's a proper way of doing it, whereby they tell every court member to register for that. You apply for it, and once they grant it for you, there's probability that your relocation will work and you can go back to wherever you want to go to based on certain things. Say you're not feeling too well. And I also have heard of people faking health issues just to get relocation. But yeah, I would say I've heard of people pay people, I mean the officials, the NYC officials, to help them run the relocation, which I think on my own part, it is really bad.
Okay, so my PPA, what they do at my PPA then was not relating to what I wanted to do then. So we just had an agreement. Oh, you guys will give me my clearance letter and I'll go out to do what I want to do, exactly what I'm pursuing. And in most cases, PPA collects money, but not all of them accept bribe. But we have most PPA collecting bribes. Okay, you don't want to work for us, but this is what we'll do to help you. So I think that's the case of it. So mine, I just had to negotiate with them that, okay, this is what I want to do, and you guys are not offering me this avenue to do it. So I would go out to do it, and in return, you'd give me my clearance letter. I didn't have to pay for my case. My situation was the fact that what they were doing there was not what I wanted to do. So I had to look for a better option. So for those coppers that, I don't know exactly what to do, because while in camp, they will tell you, oh, this is what we want you to do for this year. The majority of, or 80 to 90% of everybody will be posted to a school. And for me, I feel like, okay, it's a community service, fine, but being posted to a school where you might necessarily not have an advantage in that area. So people just see me, people deem it fit to look for a better location to get better whatever they want to do. So I would not say the government is to be blamed, and I will not say the coppers are to be blamed. Everybody is looking for a means of survival and to better their skills and whatever they do. Well, in my own case, I can't really say, because this is the power of the media, so I can't really mention names, but I could remember when I was serving, I happened to be part of the air school in my CDS. So it's very funny when it comes to CDS, you see many people are not always present, but when it comes to area of clearance, days of clearance, you see many people, you keep on wondering, where are these people coming from? You either not see them in the CDS days. So I have to be observing. It was done on me that some local government LGI inspectors are collecting bribes, even the so-called CLOs that are part of the core members, just for the core members to ghost their services. You see, some of them they will post them to a particular state, and their destination or their home base, they will stay back in their home base and just come for clearance times and all of that. So many cases, but I think I will not want to mention. As I've said earlier on, even the LGIs themselves are aware. I think I've walked into an office of an LGI before. She was actually saying and telling a core members to pay some amount of money just to manipulate some kind of things in the NYC system.
So we have heard a lot from the interviews. That was a very insightful interview. I mean, a lot have been reviewed. And don't tell me you're amazed by what you heard, because this is what is really happening. So Favor, this is where you come in.
Okay.
A lot has been said. We've heard details of coppers who have shared their experience on how people go service, and who is behind this. Who are the people aiding the coppers to go services? So the question will go to you. From all that have been said, Favor, okay, I think some people have already said, the ways people go services and all that. So let's not really go into that. But Favor, the question I would like to ask you is, who has aided the growth of this corruption? Is it from because you can't just tell me that there isn't someone in Abuja. I believe that's where you get that color plate and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There has to be people there who are getting the money and doing this, because that's the only way this thing can reflect on your border. So
Yeah.
somebody has to be there. Or could it be that there is somebody in the local government? I don't really know, but please share your opinion on
I
this.
think, okay, I will say two things. It is two ways, you, the copper, and the person up there. Then when you get to the people at the other side, there is a hierarchy. That, okay, let me say that this person is the agent, and that agent is collecting money for the main person that is behind the system at the NYC quarter, trying to fix up things for you on the portal. So that's why they will tell you that if you want to ghost or do this anything about NYC, anything against, once you get someone in Abuja,
Stop, no.
that's a shop. Thank you. That's a word. That's a shop. So they might tell you, okay, you ask somebody, see the person I'm working with is working directly in Abuja. So that Abuja is the confidence telling you that the people that are doing these things are also the people that will set those rules for you. Just like what some people said in the interview, that even during their campaign days, the people that mounted the podium said this is against NYSC, you are not supposed to do it. Also the people coming to the back of the stage to tell you that you have to do this for me to do this for you. You have to pay money, you have to do the other one. So I think that the system is already corrupt. And because it is corrupted, it is giving the coppers morale to go over to ask or say that I want to ghost my service. So it has to be an agreement. If you don't, if two people do not agree, things like this cannot work. I cannot come as a comment and say I want to ghost without having someone, an insider. That is creating problem for myself. So I have said it. I've conceived that idea that I want to ghost, but then I need someone inside to help me to do that. So I think it's the problem of the two parties.
All right. So since we have established that this is an inside problem, what is the future of NYC scheme? I'm throwing this question to both of you. We're going to be rounding off the show soon. So please don't tell stories. Let's just go straight to the point. Victor, I know you love telling stories. So
That can
what
be
is
very
the future
interesting.
of NYSC scheme if we already have insiders that are making this corruption to keep growing? I mean, they are I would like to put it, they are the fertilizers that is making it to grow. So what is the future? Does it mean that this won't come to an end? We should keep expecting more coppers to ghost. In fact, they might even bring something worse than ghosting. So what is the future of NYC?
Uh, well, I believe it's something that can be curbed, that can be stopped.
Alright.
But before it's will be stopped, then there has to be necessary arrangements. There has to be some standards that, okay, these are the things you're supposed to do, these are the things that you enjoy. You have to try to get the trust of average core members. I want to average PCM. That, okay, don't worry, you would enjoy this your service. You would do what you're supposed to do, but you enjoy it. So people will be less scared. I would say because that's the most reason why some people, and maybe some people see that as just like a waste of time. Let's maybe there's other things that can be embedded in the NYC period that will make it like a good time for them throughout that one set. Because some people just don't save, just I believe if you go on TikTok you see a lot of don't save, just go and do your things, just go and learn something. So I believe it can be called, but there has to be a lot of things that will be embedded in the NYC service here.
I think that the society has evolved and things are no longer the way they used to be. If you go online you see people saying that NYSC should be scrapped. And sometimes if you try to reason with them, you start seeing points. The economic situation is not like it used to be before, because it takes two hungry people to collect money. If you are in a comfortable situation and I offer you money to do something for me, you will choose rather to do your work, and you will shun that thing that I did. But the person you are giving money to needs money to run their family. And why I'm saying this, because most of the people, especially guys, if you look at the analytics, you see that it's mainly guys that goes. These people, they have things that they are doing that give them money. And considering the economic situation, you now come and tell them that they have to leave their work in Lagos or Port Harcourt or any of the other place to go to. They will not like to lose that thing. And you are not, the government doesn't have anything for them. So why should they risk it? And we get, so I think these are root causes. It's not even, if you check it very well, it's not coming from NYSC. These are root causes, economic situation. I cannot leave if I have a business that is giving me money and I'm living with, it's not, sorry to say this, but 33K is not much of a money for anyone to live on in Nigeria. So if I have something that daily gives me money, I cannot leave it and travel to inside Maiduguri to go and serve my country. We love to serve our country, but things are no longer like that. It's not like after independence, the country was full of jolly moments. We are celebrating. Everyone is happy. If you tell anyone to even go to far not to go and serve, they will be happy because they just want to explore.
Yes.
Everything is favorable. I know that once I'm done with this, I come home, I have a good job. But now we are in a country that everyone is looking out for themselves.
Yes.
The government doesn't have anything for you. So why am I serving the government? That is the question. I'm serving you. What do you have for me at the end of the day? So you want me, I'm sacrificing my business for you in exchange for what? There's no security. There's no job. The economy is very, very bad. So why should I sacrifice? So I think service is you give me, I give you. They call it service, but then you have to rub the other person's palm. You cannot be the only one gaining and I'm losing. So these are things that are encouraging ghosting and the rest of everything that comes up against the rules of NYSC. So the thing is this: I'm not in support of scraping in NYSC. It's important in a way. But I think they should reduce the seriousness with which it comes with. Yes, I think in this country we have suffered enough that everybody has to be comfortable in the least way. Let's make it that fine, even if you don't want to. The problem is not ghosting or choosing where you want to serve, but is the whole process of doing it, the whole making it so difficult for the person to take 3 months. I will keep writing and it will pass from state coordinator to, that's it. People don't like those long process, so they just want to fast things up and get it the easy way. So but if I want to say that they have to work with the other person's time as well. So this is what I'm doing. This is the only time I can show up. I don't know if it makes sense, but it makes sense to me NYC. That this is what I have, a business or I have something I'm doing in this particular city. Can you make it work for me? Right? I can be serving, then I can have time to be doing the other thing. The economy is not a time for people to go and serve, then you pay them 33K at the end of the month. Except another thing is that except you are willing, NYC is willing to increase the money. So if I know that at the end of everything I'm receiving what is enough for me, I will not even bother. I can leave my business for the time being. Then when I'm back, I will continue. But the money is not encouraging. It's not.
All right. To add to what Favor and Victor have said, maybe they should introduce remote online service. You stay at home and say, "Boy, it's not possible." I'm just joking.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, I believe this is my own 2 cents in this issue. So I believe every sickness has a remedy, and even every ailment they claim cannot be cured has a way of managing it. So this I'll be preferring some solution or measures I feel NYC can adopt. Now this is the federal government, those involved in posting coppers. I feel when coppers are filling this form, or maybe we are filling the online application form for NYC, maybe they should ask us question like, do you have a job you're doing now, or are you a businessman? I mean, they should put into consideration
Yeah.
that, okay, I know the idea of NYC is that go to another state and serve and maybe, use your ideas or initiative and develop that place. However, let's not forget how bad the economy is, like Favor said. Federal government should be very considerate. Let them ask people that, do you have something you're doing? So is there a way you can ensure that that person is within the environment he or she is working, or have a business, so that it doesn't affect the person? Also, for those who want to go service, I think a better way to do is if you get a request letter. If you get a request letter, like if you go to your local
Yeah.
government, they can post you to the place you want, rather than going to one PPA and you're not happy. Then you start looking for how to bribe your way around, or not to go to the PPA. Let them just give you clearance form. So before you go for service, start searching around for a place where you're likely to serve, or they don't give you a request letter. When you go there, there's no way you won't be posted there. I've not heard of anybody who went with request letter to a place that they accept coppers, and NYC will reject it, or the local government will say, no, we're not posting you there.